taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm letting him introduce himself.
Yo, what they do is Shuttleworth the guy, aka the GOAT artist, LB Lauderdale Boss, Ring Gang, Radio.com in the building, and a special RIP to the victims of that Buffalo shooting.
Yeah, yo, that fucking, yo, honestly, that whole shit, that when I read about that shit, yo, that shit made my blood fucking boil. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's like, first of all, like, I mean, I hate all these incels, like, they have no friends, they read all these they make all these manifestos and shit, and then they be driving, looking for trouble. It ain't even like in this motherfucker's shithole area, this nigga went and looked for trouble and decided to gun down innocent people like it was the thing to do. And the cops, you know, just like that other motherfucker who killed people in the church, you know, they
Dylan Ruth, yeah.
And the only time is they didn't take this motherfucker to McDonald's and shit. You know, it's like, yeah, like okay, well, let's go, like, you know, let's hope he doesn't come to any bodily harm or anything like that. When this nigga should really be killed. Like,
sounds about white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but let me not get myself back before I get worked up. You know what I'm saying?
So sorry I triggered you, but it seems like I'm doing a lot of that today.
I mean, it's horrific because I'm thinking to myself, you know, essentially, like, what if, let's say, I was to the area and my mom went there to the store just to go pick up something, and this shit happened. Like, I'll turn in, my heart would, I would like fall apart, and then I'd have to start killing people, like his whole family members. His family members want to say he's a good boy. Like, nah, you're getting your neck snapped. That's what's gonna happen. Like, you know, like, yeah, no, like, yeah. Let me stop because I'm gonna work up, because like every time I read the shit, I was getting my blood was.
Damn, like, I'm sorry, like.
But yeah, you know, that's LB, that's the GOAT artist right there, you know. And I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building, Ring Gang Radio in the building all day. Let's go. We got lions in the bodega today. It's a lion day in the bodega.
Yes, sir. You know, the gingers are still out of service. Like, they ain't no gingers, none of that shit. You know, they're still in back order. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, but we got this new lion cola that's available.
Yeah.
and it's the undisputed best lion cola.
Yes.
Undisputed.
Hey. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into the whole card and everything like that, man, you know, there's something that we definitely want to bring up, because it's kind of disgusting, because you like I said, the whole dichotomy and the hypocrisy that's coming up with this, you know, we couldn't ignore it any longer. You know, if you've seen our tweet post that we put out this afternoon, you know what we're gonna talk about as our leading topic. Can black boxers do enough? A pound for pound discussion, and there's a reason for that. Now, before we even go to that, you know, before we started up the StreamYard, I just happened to see that there was an actual comment someone left at 4:30, like literally, like I created that shit. I created this session at around 2:30 today. You know what I'm saying? 2:30, 3 o'clock. Yeah, I got that shit in order. And then, you know, I ignored it because, like, you know, why would the fuck would I, you know, look at the shit until I'm ready to start? But the fact it was actually a comment from someone who probably just read the title and was like, what the fuck are they talking about? You know? And, you know, from KC's PS5 controller, there are 2 black boxers inside the top 5 pound for pound Bud Spence. So this isn't about race at all. Charlo doesn't deserve a top pound for pound ranking. Losing to Harrison, getting the gift jar versus Castaño 1, blah, 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 blah.
He didn't lose to Harrison. Harrison got a gift. Let's not be disingenuous, please.
Exactly, because on one hand, he's calling the Harrison. He said losing to Harrison is official. But last time I checked, Castaño was a draw, but now he's calling it a gift draw. Like, why you get to put a spin on both fights like that, and then we're supposed to take you serious? Like, you're being genuine about the conversation. Like, come on, that's like how the media, how and it comes back to boxing media. It's kind of like how boxing media let Canelo say, I already beat Golovkin twice. And it's like, the fans checked it, but no media fucking said anything. No one said, you know what, that was really a disputed draw, that you should have lost, that 90% of the boxing public had you losing. No one said it. They just was like, yeah, yes. Who else won't pay that? Y'all just sucked this ginger dick. Y'all did that.
Yeah, they did.
And that's the problem. It's like the fans are becoming more knowledgeable and more honest about upholding the integrity of the sport than the so-called old boxing media. And first of all, why this BS motherfucker? Why are you counting? What, do we count how many Asian boxers are on the goddamn pound for pound list?
No, we don't.
Do we count how many white boxers are Eastern European? So him even saying inside the top 5 there's 2 black, like, motherfucker, so what?
Yeah.
There can't be 3? Like, and then it's like the whole, he just doesn't deserve a top pound for pound ranking. He's doing the same shit. It's like, okay, you mentioned Harrison and Castaño, okay. What happened to the fucking Rosario fight?
Right.
Like, y'all pick and choose how y'all want to determine who's pound for pound, and y'all don't even uphold y'all own shit. So enough for this nigga right here. He ain't shit to say.
If Charlo doesn't deserve to be on a pound for pound list because of his quote unquote 2 losses, then why the fuck is Lomachenko on pound for pound list and he has 2 clearer losses than fucking Charlo?
But Lomachenko been on the pound for pound list all this time and yada yada yada.
Yeah, you know, and that's the whole reason why we're leading with this topic. Jermell Charlo, like every single, like pretty much in the last year or 2 or so, whenever you see a pound for pound list, either by someone, a notable member of the boxing media or whatever, Jermell Charlo's name is always absent. Now, it's kind of crazy because number one, like usually any fighter that has at least unified at least 3 of the belts in the division. And he's done that for a minute. You know, it's usually, usually pretty much, he is like pound for pound. Like, especially in the top of that, never mind who's being within his title range. Like, he's putting in work at 154. Like, dude has built up a solid resume at 154. So it used to, and I know it's it too. Like, to me, like the day that Jermell Charlo beat Rosario and took away 2 of his belts, that he was in the pound for pound discussion. Like that was
but he lost to Harrison. It's like, look, how long ago was the Harrison fight? Like what, 2019?
Yeah, like
but they always bring it up like that just fucking happened though. Y'all remember the Harrison fight, but y'all forget the Rosario fight.
2018, that shit happened. The end of 2018.
Yeah, 2018, yeah.
So that's even worse. So fucking y'all keep bringing up a fight 5 years ago and holding this man to a loss where most people thought he won anyway.
Exactly.
So put it in context at least.
Yeah, granted myself, it wasn't his better performances, but he did do enough to win in my card. It just had, I didn't necessarily agree with the scores, but even then, he still he avenged his defeat in resounding fashion. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts the second time around. He regained his belts.
Exactly. So now y'all hold Charlo to that standard from 5 years ago, nigga. But whenever we mention Lomachenko's first loss, which happened just 3 years before that, niggas is like, oh, y'all living in the past. Whenever we bring up Canelo lost to fucking Floyd or his close fight with Trout, Laura, oh, y'all living in the past. Oh, the Golovkin fight was 2017. Oh, this was this, that. So why y'all keep picking and choosing when we could go back in time to bring up fights? And y'all just like the motherfuckers who be like, well, damn, slavery was 300 years ago. That's how y'all sound when y'all do that shit. So it's okay to bring up a goddamn Harrison fight from 5 years ago, but we can't bring up this Toledo fucking loss for Lomachenko, even though the boxing media, ESPN, does the damnedest to try to erase that shit.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Like, this is ESPN. ESPN had the nerve to try to on an actual graphic, and they've done this on more than one occasion. to say that this motherfucker was undefeated before he actually got caught in another official loss to Teofimo Lopez. Like there are screenshots of this shit. Like they really tried this shit. And truthfully, me myself personally, I'm a very long time detractor of Lomachenko. Like I've never been on board with him like before. I don't hate him for any race reason. I've just never been on board with him as a fighter. But dude, and you do a big disservice because Lomachenko has gotten himself up to that level. When he went to lightweight and had 3 of the belts, yeah, he was definitely pound for pound. Like there's no question about that. But when he caught the L and he's had like 2 fights that are not necessarily like high level fights where you see other people are unifying and they're not being recognized, but this motherfucker is still up there. Like he can't go like he can't go any further down.
That's the point. Like, dude, nobody's saying that like Lomachenko could be top 10 pound for pound. But just move him down, and y'all need to bring niggas up that did more better shit recently. Like, cause they look, and this is why it's about race, and then it's not about race. Because how long did y'all let Pacquiao stay on the pound for pound list after he beat Thurman? I swear that nigga was up there for like 2 months, and then y'all already had another motherfucker up there.
Yeah.
And that was one of the better wins we had in the last fucking 5 years.
Mm.
And when Pacquiao got off the pound for pound list, nobody beat him. They just slid him off the list on some, that's Pacquiao. We already know how great he is. Yada, 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 yada. Matter of fact, they had that nigga slipping off the list back when he lost to Floyd.
Yeah.
Even then, he still got top level wins after that. So it's like, which one is it? Like, but y'all don't do this grandfather clause. Y'all don't do this grandfather clause for fucking Pacquiao. But y'all insist on doing it for Lomachenko. Matter of fact, y'all didn't even do it for Golovkin. How the fuck Golovkin ain't on the pound for pound list no more?
Yeah, pretty much it was like Golovkin was pretty much taken off a lot of lists when he lost when he caught the L to Canelo, and it was still disputed. And then after the Derevyanchenko fight, which he won by the way, but it turned out to be a hard fight even for him. Like motherfucker was like, well, he's not pound for pound no more. Like he's gone. Like. And
it's like, what is it? It's like when we take race out of the picture, we still show y'all examples where y'all fuck up and just misevaluate shit. So it's like, which one is it? Are y'all racist? Are y'all incompetent? Or is it both? Like
I'm saying,
we need an answer because the logic is all fucking over the place. Like, if you want, we could talk about the tweet I dropped earlier today, and you could see this shit play out.
Yeah.
I dropped the tweet earlier today. I said, shout outs to all the boxing media that had Mel on the pound for pound list before last night. I know it's only like a handful of y'all. Lukey, RGR, Ring Gang, and maybe a few more. Hopefully everyone else catches on though. Which is pretty much facts.
Yeah.
You didn't see Mel's name on pound for pound list like that. I seen he was on Lukey's list. Lukey, shout out to Lukey Boxing West Coast. Shout out to Lukey. He had Mel, I think, number 10 on his list. He dropped early last week, and this was before the fight. So he recognized it. That's why I shouted him out in the tweet. So people see that like, okay. So somebody, I'm figuring this is old boxing media. I look at his account. I've heard the name before. Seen it on boxing Twitter. Freelance writer, yada yada yada. Martin Mojag, whatever the fuck. The name ain't important because it's the message. It's the mind behind it. Because at the end of the day, once the new media of boxing take over, you're not gonna remember these old motherfuckers. But his response was, I thought Castaño won first fight, and then there was first Tony Harrison fight as well. It's about more than last appearance. Agreed, he is right there for consideration now. So I respond, I thought Harrison got a gift the first fight, so he's always been in consideration to me. I thought he lost to Castaño too, but he was still a fight-a-year contender. So he shouldn't be penalized that bad. I feel like whenever, me personally, if you ever lose and it's a fight of the year contender, you get penalized, but not too bad because you made it a great fucking night of boxing. So then he responds, and you see where this is going. So, sure, I see that logic, but pound for pound is a high bar for a reason. It's a tough call and plenty of competition. Unifying 154 is big though, like it was for Taylor, who did it a bit more emphatically.
Yeah, and that's where I had to step. That's where I had to step in because I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Because Charlo won all his titles. All of his titles were literally won by knockout. So it doesn't get more emphatic than that. So how are you gonna say Taylor? Oh well, Taylor did it more emphatically. Like, what are you talking about? Did we forget the Pro Grace fight and how close that was? Like, come on now. Let's not be. Once again, we're being disingenuous.
Thank you. And now, mind you, none of us are being rude. We're being professional, just being calm. But we on our Kevin Samuel shit. We stretching this shit out so you can see what we're talking about. So, like King P said, Charlo won all the titles by KO. It don't get more emphatic than that. It just doesn't. And then he says, so his response to that, and this is the problem, is why I'm saying this is all pretty close in terms of evaluating. Ha ha ha. See, that laugh he just admitted he lost right there.
Right.
See, also, as a tiebreaker, I go Taylor traveling to a foreign country to unify. Something couldn't even spell fucking most right. Something most Americans do not need to do.
Oh my god. I can't take any more of this. This is just ridiculous.
That's the bullshit. Like, ridiculous.
Most Americans don't have to travel because we don't have to. But let's not act like Americans haven't traveled when they had to. Like Errol Spence didn't go over to England to get Kell Brook's title. Like, come on now, stop it.
Oh, but they put Spence in the top 5 pound for pound. So hey, they recognized him for that. But it's unfortunate that he took up all the spots for the rest of the black fighters at a cheap ratings.
I'm saying, like, and I've always said too, even before that, like, Charlo had the 3 belts way. I mean, I always said before, Charlo should probably be ranked above Spence because he put in a lot of work at 154. But like I said, Spence got recognized, and but Charlo was just always getting even Charlo himself was just whatever to get respect. It's just it's like the man has 3 of the main belts in boxing in his division. But no.
But people act like it just happened. Like people literally forgetting the Rosario fight. So now this motherfucker this motherfucker, this Martin cat, he jump on and say it can also be argued he lost 2 fights. So that's when I say Loma has 2 real losses, and y'all stay keeping him on them lists though. LOL. Yeah. So this motherfucker says, and just like we called it, one loss was 8 years ago, disputed, where he came in over the weight. Also was disputed. And again, Loma had been 9 in the pound for pound rankings. It was dropped in rankings because of it. Like, dude ain't making no sense. So, respectfully, you know what? Disrespectfully, shut the fuck up.
What was disputed about that first Loma loss? Nothing was disputed about that first. That's
Lito fought real dirty though. That's what they're saying.
It doesn't matter. Like,
I'm just saying what I hear.
Look, Andre Ward fights dirty as fuck, and he gets praised for it. So nope, we not letting y'all.
Bernard Hopkins fought dirty his whole career. Like, come on.
Facts on facts. So we not picking choosing who can fight dirty and get praised for it.
Right.
So y'all, your boxing media, y'all said Bernard Hopkins was crafty. Whenever we complained about that motherfucker headbutt and elbowing niggas, y'all said it was crafty. So you know what? I'm gonna take y'all word and say Orlando Salido just gave Lomachenko a boxing lesson on being a professional fighter. There wasn't no super series. There was no bullshit. You fought a real goddamn hot-blooded Mexican warrior. He put his foot in your ass. You did make a good stand in that 12th though, but you fucking lost.
You did.
And the story. And like clockwork, he said, and that was 8 years ago. Motherfucker, the goddamn Harrison fight was 5 years ago. So there's a limit. Like, get the fuck, like, dude, like, and this is the disrespectful shit we gotta put up with all the time. This is why it's important when you see people saying real shit and putting it down, putting these damn motherfuckers' neck on this old boxing media shit, that you ride with it, man. It ain't even about, you know, militant, pro-blackity, black this, black, because we stand up for everybody. It just right now happened to be Jermell Charlo turn.
Yeah.
And he just happens to be black. Matter of fact, I'll take it even further. Like, y'all, I know y'all heard that bitch that said, nobody wants you here in the press conference before the fight.
Yeah.
Like, look how disrespectful motherfuckers be when they come to goddamn black American fighters. Like, it's y'all really fucking hate now. Like, boxing media hate now. And this Martin motherfucker talking about, you bring up Josh Taylor and y'all say his neck and neck is close. Well, all I know for a fact, when Ring Gang Radio had Josh Taylor pound for pound list, most of us, I think all of us had Jermell Charlo right there neck and neck with him.
Absolutely, definitely did.
Cause you know what? It's close. But what's even closer is your actions that reflect with your fucking words.
Mm-hmm.
He gave this whole spiel about it's being close, but then you're just now considering he could be pound for pound after he just got an undisputed.
Right.
Now, it ain't a personality thing, because you got just as many people say Josh Taylor is an unlikable asshole that you do for Charlo.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you might have more.
Yeah, and like I said, I've made it be known I'm not a fan of Taylor. I'm not a fan of Josh Taylor at all. I think he's an asshole too. But I can't ignore what he did in this division. Like, dude,
and we give him his props, and that's the problem. A white person could be an asshole and be great at something, and y'all bend over backwards, give him and treat him like he God. A black person could be the same asshole and do just as good as that white person, and it's like, I mean, it's neck and neck, but I mean, he lost 5 years ago. Can he cook? What is his real estate investments looking like? Like, it's so much other shit.
Yeah, you gotta make it make fucking sense, like, you know.
And that's why people say it's racist or it's racism, because when we press y'all for a logical answer, y'all get that bullshit Martin did on the tweet and keep moving the goalposts and bringing up random bullshit that don't make no fucking sense. Just like the goddamn reporter asking Jermell Charlo about how you feel about the sanctioning fees now that you have down 4 belts. Like, who the fuck cares about that? Why the fuck would you ask this man that shit?
I'm saying
that is fucking racism. Like, goddamn, you gotta be some racist fucking dick sucker to think about some shit like that. Honestly, has that question ever been asked to anybody else?
I mean, I probably not, because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And I remember a lot of random boxing shit.
Dude, Ring Gang is fucking the king of fucking random boxing shit. Like, literally. And so no one can recall no stupid shit like that, but this motherfucker saying that's just as bad as the motherfucker asking Spence about Wilder. Like, but when we call it out, y'all be like, oh, y'all make everything about race. Well, you know what? The boxing media that's neutral and that's standing on the sideline, that's watching all this play out and y'all not saying anything. Look, no action is an action.
Right. And
you're being complicit in this because you know it's about race, but you won't speak up and say nothing. You do your little side tweets and be like, oh my God, boxing Twitter is all racist now.
Right, yeah.
What do we do? Like, motherfuckers, speak up on it. Goddamn, that's why shit keep happening. Like what the fuck? But the boxing guys are striking down on shit. Y'all had fucking Golden Boy Canelo lost last week. and then the fucking redheaded stepchild, Jermell Charlo, because y'all treat him like he a ginger.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all elevate the other one, like the one that looked like the one who's the real ginger. Y'all treat him like he's something else. So Jermell becomes undisputed. The whole world is set on fire.
Right.
Yeah. Boxing is getting fucking cut up. We just holding y'all accountable. Like I said last week, the minute a boxing entity, promoter, ever boxer, ever does it, when they start investing in the new boxing media, boxing is going to grow 100 times forward. It's going to just skyrocket. Mm-hmm. Because people, the fans, are noticing this. They're looking at it. The boxing media is getting so desperate. They'll argue back and forth on some shit like that, continuously moving the goalposts, knowing goddamn they're wrong. Even the motherfucker had to keep saying, solid point. I get your logic. like these niggas know, but they still gonna argue you blind in the face. These are motherfuckers who be like, well, I know we got camera footage from 3 different angles. He did verify his social security number on tape. Right. And his father is in the video with him, along with his sister. But I don't think that's enough to convict him. Or you just have a fucking racist ass judge tell you, you know what, we can't use all that. Don't bring that in. And now we have a fucking Kyle Rittenhouse effect. Mm-hmm. That's all it is, man. Like, we just holding these niggas accountable. It's time to change the game. Like, this old boxing media shit, y'all niggas is done. It's over. People tired of fucking arguing with y'all blue in the face about logic shit that y'all should know better about. Y'all used to get shit right sometimes, but now y'all just mostly fucking wrong. Think about it.
Or wrong, either wrong on accident or wrong on most of the time wrong purposely, just to push a narrative. Now, could it probably because there's payola involved? Yes, most likely. Yeah. No question.
It's all of that, dude. You could bring up. We've been bringing up examples like the media was right about Roman Gonzalez when he got elevated pound for pound number one. That was maybe the last thing boxing media as a whole was right about, and a lot of boxing fans, not a lot, but it was a good portion that disagreed with that. But if you was if you was a true hardcore boxing fan who knows that there's more than boxing than just 135 and on up, you would know about his greatness. So it was just like, oh man, finally they recognizing this nigga. But even then it was done late because people see he just kind of came out of people seeing him just rise up out of nowhere. And so people was like, whoa. And honestly, that goes back to other problem with boxing media. Y'all take too long to elevate it. It don't even matter if it's black or white. Y'all took too long for Chocolatito. Y'all took long as hell to put Abner Ramirez on the fucking pound for pound list. The minute y'all put him on number 10, he gets knocked out the next fight. Yeah. So now whenever you mention Abner Ramirez being a former pound for pound level fighter, niggas look at you like, the fuck out of here. Like you crazy. So we showing you it's about race, but then it's not. It's just y'all boxing media, y'all done, y'all old, y'all washed up. It don't matter if we seen them. The whole look before Canelo Triple G won, boxing media was all on Golovkin. As soon as he lose, instead of y'all standing down on it, be like, look, man, we gotta clean up the scorecards. We gotta do this, that.
We gotta do think pieces like Max Kellerman and say, oh, we gotta really reevaluate Triple G's career.
Exactly. As soon as he
is he a Hall of Famer? Hall of Famer.
Exactly. They went from crowning this nigga an all-time great, a future all-time Hall of Famer, into we have to question his Hall of Fame credentials. Now that was the time boxing media was supposed to stand down and say, look, y'all need to run this third fight. Like, this second fight wasn't conclusive enough. A lot of fans still had that as a draw or Golovkin win. But you know what boxing media say? You know, Canelo's a superstar. He's the younger guy. He has an upside. Let's dick ride him now. And essentially, that's what they did. And whenever you questioned it or said anything, oh, okay, he's fighting Rocky Fielding now. Ah, come on, nigga, who trying to fight? You may as well fight Callum Smith then, the guy who beat him. At least he's already champion. No. He's fighting Jacobs. Okay, cool fight. Starry ass performance fight, no buzz. It's like when you question this, the Kovalev fight. We all shitted on that. No. He's daring to be great. No. Kovalev just beat a young, exciting contender in yard. He beat Alvarez early. Keep him making excuses. That's why they feel salty, because they jumped on the wrong bandwagon. So when Canelo finally lost last week, the whole fucking boxing industry shut down, and then we basically just pissed on their grave with Jermell Charlo winning undisputed.
Yep.
Like, you see it, so we're showing y'all, even when we say it's not about race, it still is, and even when it is about race, it isn't, because we seen boxing media turn on everybody. Mm-hmm. But they'll say it's not about race. They can't explain the Golovkin shit. I seen all these niggas do it. Kellerman, Brad, all these niggas. And now y'all want to act like, and now after Golovkin does it, damn, he unifies at 40. Now it's like, oh wait, you know what? Maybe a Canelo fight is great. Like, nah. At the end of the day, y'all, it's time to give motherfuckers they just do. Stop waiting forever to do it. And that's it, man. Like, Jermell Charlo is top 10 pound for pound, no question. He's been that way for like the last 3 years. But y'all can't fucking refuse it no more. Like he said to Coppinger, you gotta respect me. Mm-hmm. We in here. Like, that's it, man. So we can talk about the fight now. We had to say that. Unless y'all got something else y'all got to say.
All I gotta say is, like, you know, like I said, we have probably a couple more. We have another undisputed fight coming up in 3 weeks with George Kambosos and Devin Haney. Now, Kambosos obviously found his way onto a lot of people's pound for pound list, you know, due to knocking off Teofimo Lopez. But, you know, if Devin Haney also manages to turn the trick and it becomes undisputed, like, you know, there better be some energies, like, you know, there better not be no quiet, let's say, like, oh, well, yeah, like, you know, he didn't really beat nobody other than Kambosos. He just had a good night. I don't want to do that bullshit.
Remember, we could only get 2. Because KCPS5 controller said we only allotted 2 spaces for black people in the top 5.
Right.
but email belts and like
email belts and DAZN, he's fighting Eddie, like, he's not fighting on cable TV, you know, shit like that.
What? These niggas just bad because they afraid the pound for pound list might become the black for black list. It's like how niggas they say, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, we want to make a Spawn movie, but wait, we gotta change this character. Y'all got too many niggas in here. It's gonna be a black movie. Like that's your biggest fear for pound. Y'all don't want to. No one said anything. When they had a bunch of motherfuckers from all over the world looking like goddamn NATO and United Nations and shit on the fucking pound for pound. Now when you have the possibility, like, okay, Crawford, Spence, Jermell Charlo, fucking Damon Haney might be on there soon.
Stephen Fulton.
Oh, fucking Shakur Stevenson. God damn, nigga, that's the black for black list. Yeah. That ain't no pound for pound. That's black excellence.
Right.
Y'all making it this way. Like, we not doing that. Y'all could have been moved Lomachenko ass out of it. Y'all could have been moved Juan Estrada. Y'all keep Juan Estrada on this list. And he fucking damn. He fucking lost to Chocolatito. The same boxing media that fucking bitched and moaned about Estrada winning the second Chocolatito fight are the same motherfuckers that kept him on the pound for pound list.
Or even more, like we have Arthur Betterby, who's in a unification fight next month against Joe Smith Jr. And Arthur Betterby already rules his division. He's the lineal ruler in that division. He's rarely seen at the pound for pound list, and and that's like another thing too. It's like if he absolutely does get, if he actually does unify 3 belts, yeah, you need to be on there because he's the only champion that actually won all his fights by KO to this point.
They don't want more. Look, they know if more people start becoming undisputed, then you're already guaranteed a spot in boxing. And I think the boxers are wised up and they're seeing that and they're like, fuck it. Undisputed, history books, money. It's like winning a Grammy.
Yeah.
Like Grammy award winner. Grammy nominated is cool too, but at least you invited to the party once you hear Grammy. And they afraid of that shit. Like, why the fuck is even? It's just like we said. It's not about. It's about race, but then it's not, because you mean to tell me Lomachenko is more worthy of pound for pound than Betterby if we're talking recently?
Mm-hmm.
Like Lomachenko, pound for pound doesn't need to be top 15 now. If that's the case, you need to see motherfuckers drop to 12 and 13.
Right, because all I know is, I mean, if Betterby even any or whatever tend to trick like Lomachenko.
Yo, who's got turbulence?
You want some turbulence, bro? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's like all I know is if those two win next month or whatever, then I don't want to see no Lomachenko up high. He'd have to be started to be taken off the list.
Just like y'all took out Pacquiao. And look, if you're fighting guys that the dude who beat you already beat, then you're basically being inactive to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you do it twice.
Yes, sir.
I give you one. He could have fought Nakatani. I give him that because not Nakatani. That's the Japanese cat, right?
Yeah, Nakatani.
Okay. Yeah, I give him Nakatani because Nakatani earned that with the what's that Verdejo win?
Yeah. He put Verdejo away, and now obviously the jail's gonna put Verdejo away for good. God
and I'm an advocate for all levels of the sport. So I like to see guys earn their shots against pound for pound superstars and all that shit. And he did. He got it. It's cool, but okay. The Comey fight, and even though Comey bounced back, come on, like that's a good look for Comey, but Loma, nah, man, like. So why are we still keeping it? It's not like he's fighting anybody that can push him forward. So why are we still keeping him top 10? Like, use your fucking, be consistent with everything, with the whole list, not just fucking pick and choose, man. That's why the old boxing media don't have that draft no more. People are seeing this shit for what it is. You know how many fucking tweets I see about, damn, y'all keep Loma on those lists. Motherfuckers is, look, if old boxing media beats all of us, who the fuck they gonna push this bullshit on?
Right.
So yeah, think about that.
And for one thing's for sure, probably by the end of June, obviously, we're gonna be, Ringing will be obviously redoing our pound for pound list very soon or whatever. And I'm pretty sure by then, like I said, by July, I better not see Lomachenko. Like, I mean, there has to be a really good reason why Lomachenko would probably be in the top.
There is no good reason. Cut it out. Don't give him any rope.
No. Look, I don't want to see Lomachenko, and I don't want to see Juan Estrada on anyone pound for pound list. Like, because neither have done fuck all that's pound for pound worthy. If you want to talk about recent wins, these dudes don't have no great pound for pound worthy recent win. I would easily trade Shakur Stevenson's victories over Herring and fucking Valdez to leapfrog that.
Mm-hmm.
Ditto for Fulton. Even though I'm one of these niggas who had Figueroa beating Fulton, at least he made the fight and was close enough. You could even say it's a draw. Fuck it. He's pound for pound top 10 as well. Fuck it. We have a surplus. Bring all them niggas on pound for pound list. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Bitterbean too. Fuck it. Y'all hating on Russians anyway. Shit, bring him in there. Fucking Bivol. All these niggas. Fuck that. And just because it make you old boxing media motherfuckers mad. Yeah, keep muting real niggas. And y'all gonna have no one to fucking hear no more.
You got niggas mad that fucking at our poll about who had the better undisputed run. Well, you know, how could anybody question Taylor's undisputed run? How dare they mention Charlo with Taylor? Like, duh, because they both were fucking comparable.
Yeah. And funny thing was too is because we did do a poll. So like, P, why don't you tell us the results of that as we got so far?
Oh man, we got a lot of damn a lot of topic. Sorry, we got a lot of discussion on this one. We made a poll today. You know, we got the best poll, so keep voting. Go vote. Who had the better road to undisputed, Jermell Charlo or Josh Taylor? And so far, we got 139 votes, and 68% said Charlo had the better run as opposed to Josh Taylor. So
hold on, wait. You see that, Martin? You see that, Martin? Whatever the fuck your name is. The street said you wrong. The street said Charlo run was better than Taylor. And that's 139 votes. So you see what I'm saying?
But it definitely triggered some conversation. But you know, I definitely been seeing a notification about that. He's like, "What the fuck do you mean, Charlo?" It's like, "What kind of fucking poll is this?" Yeah, I saw all that shit.
The streets, look, 67 to 32%. That's Jay-Z versus DMX fucking numbers. This ain't neck and neck. Like, the streets have spoken. It's fucking Charlo had the better run, and when you break it down, he by KO. Look, I'll say one comment on here. I think that sums it up. I think the best. I think nerdy boxing enthusiast. I like Mel much more, but Taylor's comp was better overall. Though I'd argue Castaño was better than Taylor's best win. I honestly think that's the most objective way you could really put it. Because I do think Castaño ranks higher than Ramirez and Prograis. But when you put Prograis and Ramirez together, you're like, damn, that's two good names. But when you look at it, majority decision, skin of his teeth, unanimous decision over Ramirez. But Ramirez fight wasn't close, but officially it was.
Yeah.
And you motherfuckers like holding on to official results, like y'all do with that Harrison win 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, like so the that first poll is a perfect example of what we've been talking about. That old media, y'all out of touch. That y'all overrate other shit just so y'all push down on shit that y'all don't like. Like honestly, the Charlo shit, they're both equal. They run their neck and neck, honestly. But the way the media makes it seem is like they'll say they neck and neck, but they treat Charlo like he's like 3 blocks behind, like he in an Esau class or some shit. Like, like nah, nigga. Like, and the streets say different. So, like, next poll, please.
Yeah. Oh man, no, that was.
I'm laughing though because I seen Errol Spence's comment like Charlo needs to be on the pound for pound list. You could take me off. I don't care.
Even he knows.
Yeah.
So it's a problem if you got motherfuckers saying that. That tell you all you need to know. That old boxing media, that shit's dead. Shit's fucking done.
Well, somebody was like, well, you know, it's the eye test, and Charlo doesn't have the eye test. I'm like, he doesn't have the eye test when he knock it out everybody? Like, come on, man. It doesn't get any.
Knocking somebody out is one of the hardest things you can do in life, period. Motherfuckers make it look easy, but people don't know how hard it is to stop somebody from trying to beat your ass or kill you. And you literally put them unconscious or make them not be able to, like, and that just goes off the eye test. God, King P, I don't know how you be doing.
They're like, well, he's a struggle boxer, you know. Like y'all hate Wilder, but like I'm like, oh my god, motherfuckers be just saying the dumbest shit.
See, in boxing media, I blame y'all. Y'all created that LGBT shit, and me and Pat will tell you that we did this shit back in 2010, 2012, like years ago. When we was on YouTube with our own boxing channels back then.
Yes, sir.
LGBT.
Back before, you know, there was no there was no requirements. There was no getting 1,000 subs. You know, there was
Wild West.
It was Wild West. Yeah, like pretty much you got, as long as you got your views, you got paid. And I noticed I used to get Google paychecks like every quarter. You know what I'm saying? Until they got to put the requirements in.
But the point I'm making is boxing media is responsible for the LGBT because if you do, boxing media was doing the shit they doing now, and a group of brothers back then said, you know what, we're gonna change the narrative, we're gonna break away from that and display the boxers that we feel need showing a light on more and this, that. And it was cool. You saw it early. Me and Pat, we see the beginning of it. It wasn't like how you see the shit now where niggas is like super fanboys, or some of them. I know everybody's not like that, but you don't see that. It didn't start off just like how it is now. But boxing media was responsible for that. The thing is, they spun out of control and they basically became the polar opposite of boxing media.
Right.
So now boxing media looks at it like, okay, we have our shit, then you got these niggas over here that's super blackly black. And they think that any black person that talks about boxing, they just trying to throw them in that pile. But now you're seeing that you have a lot of black fans that fall right in the middle who, like, look, we see this shit that y'all saying, but, you know, we see this shit that they saying too. So, wait, hold on, or, you know, Wilder really ain't that skilled, but y'all gotta put respect on Charlo name though. Like, both statements could be fucking true. Like,
oh no, it's just
extremes.
It's just easier to just label you LDBC. Oh, you're LDBC,
yeah,
right?
And they trying to do that with chicken talk.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Shout out to chicken. They be like, well, oh, you're those chicken talk folks. Which, let's be honest, that they're basically saying you niggers. Like, I'm gonna be completely 100% with it. Like, it's exactly what I'm hearing when you say LDBC.
But there's no racism. There's no racism. There's no racism. Like, yeah, they was reaching on Twitter with that shit. So it's like, we don't even be on this shit like that. But y'all make us have to talk about it. Y'all make us, like, nigga, we rather come in and talk about fights and break down strategies and crack jokes, but y'all make us do this shit. Y'all make us do this. You think we want to talk about this shit, nigga? We be clowning channels and we be doing this shit all the time.
Right.
And you know the funny thing is, and I like, they made it more racial. Like something I noticed, an observation that I made, that I noticed last week when Canelo lost, and everybody was, you know, going in. All the Canelo defenders, if the person that they were talking to was black, they would always seem to mention Charlo or Andre. Well, you know, Charlo or Andre couldn't have beaten Duvall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They were like, well, how do you know that this person...
is in there too sometimes. I see that.
It's like, how do you know that this person even likes Charlo? You just mentioned he's black. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like you see what the bullshit is. Like, come on now.
It's like they double down on the racism, like, and that's the thing we kept seeing. Like, it's about Canelo beating Bivol. I mean, it's about Bivol beating Canelo, but y'all tried to make it into, well, Bivol also beats Andre Charlo, and if you like Mexicans, he beats Benavidez too. How about that? Like, or if you like this person, he beats them too. Like, dude. Like, why did it, like, no, it's focus about Canelo. And that just showed you that the whole boxing media couldn't take their own medicine. Because they knew they fucked up. They knew they fucked up. All they could remember was like, damn, the last 5 years, and it ends up like this. Oh, goddamn, Mel undisputed now, Jesus. Like,
yeah.
That's all it is. They had to just, and they eating it now. They have to. Cause look, I remember there was a post. What's the chicken tongue nigga name? Lefty. Apology, I don't say
Lefty.
Lefty.
Lazy Lefty. Yeah, it's my guy.
Lazy Lefty. Shout out to Lefty. He had a post where he was saying that a lot of these, he was questioning, these old boxing media, do we have posts? Do people even read their articles? Do they read their posts? Do they even watch the content like that? But they got so many prominent positions in the sport of boxing. And it just had me thinking, you know what? He's right. You motherfuckers are living off of shit from back in the day, and y'all just are grandfathered into these positions. Y'all not moving the sport forward. Y'all not attractive. Jake Paul did more for boxing than half these fucking writers and shit that's shitting on niggas every day.
Yeah.
oh, now y'all fucking bigging up Serrano. Where was all this overwhelming support and shit before? But y'all was on Katie Taylor, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't, my bad. I'm just saying, that's just how I talk. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it took Jake Paul to make this fight happen because Eddie Hearn wanted to lowball Serrano, and nobody mentioned it. Nobody said anything. Oh, well, this was the fight we deserved, that we needed. Why did we get it before? And nobody questioned it.
Facts. No, and that's another. Boxing media didn't stand up unanimously. So, hey, look, man, y'all need to make this fight. I don't care what y'all do. This, that. No. Now, I do remember Ring Gang Radio standing up and talking about that. Y'all could go and look on the archives. We talked about this fight 2 years ago. So, we live by everything we fucking saying. It's boxing media problem. The next step is going to be the fighters going to have to start recognizing, look, these niggas ain't shit. Do I even want, they're going to start telling their promoters, look, I don't want this motherfucker reporting there. If he's going to ask me questions about Wilder or what this nigga doing or what this nigga doing, I'm good, man. I don't want him to have access to my gym. I don't want him to come to my fight. That's the next level, because you see, these niggas ain't on shit. And to get back to Lazy's tweet, I think I seen Montero or whatever. He tried to make it about himself because then he answered the tweet and he showed the impressions on his tweets and shit. Lazy was basically saying that there's regular boxing YouTubers and influencers and people on Twitter that got more clout than these niggas grandfathered into these positions that got all this access.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all know that, then fuck it. Y'all say it's racism. Well, that shit don't exist unless it's a system. So if you saying we have a system now, then fuck it. Let's act like we do. We ain't fucking with y'all old niggas no more. Y'all, that's what y'all want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we draw the line in the sand. Which one is it? So I mean, y'all disgust me, man.
It's disgusting though, but like I said, man, a change is gonna come. It's gonna come, and like I said,
it's coming now. Goddamn it!
Yeah.
And Ring Gang is a part of that change. Ain't no fucking. It ain't coming later. I ain't got time for no Sam Cooke waiting. Reading Rainbow, sing along, waiting shit, nigga.
Nah.
Change coming right now, and we making that. So yeah.